getting back to the life you want to live. If your COPD is changing, it's time to have a conversation with your doctor. Visit the COPD Foundation website at isthisyoUCOPD.org to learn the signs of severe and worsening COPD and the right questions to ask next. Take action today. Breathe better tomorrow.
Hey there, Jane Lynch here. You want to hear something funny? Too bad. You want to hear something uplifting that will inspire you? Good, because today I want to talk to you about Direct Relief, a humanitarian organization that does seriously good work when it counts. Fires, hurricanes, earthquakes. When disaster strikes, Direct Relief immediately shows up with medicines, medical supplies, and everything doctors and nurses need to save lives. Let's ship her out! Every day across the United States and around the world, they're making an enormous difference. If someone needs help, Direct Relief helps. No politics, no red tape. Hey, what you doing over there?
Oh, I'm packing insulin for kids with diabetes.
See, every box here is literally a lifeline for someone in critical need. So check them out at directrelief.org and donate if you can. You might just bring a smile to someone's face.
Listen to the home of the 5K Gruber Cash Giveaway. 1017 FM, 1510 AM, WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of judgment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth of the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number. If you would like to talk, because it is a slow day. I'm telling you, it's a slow day today. It is a slow day. It is a slow day. So if you have anything on your mind, if there's anything you want to say, any questions you want to ask, I do have my top five. I do have my top 5 at 5. I do have that going for me. But other than that, it's gonna be a light day. So I'm open to any topics. This is like an open line Thursday. Can you tell I can't wait for Friday to be here? It's just Zach is even in there. I heard him laugh all the way over here. It's just one of those days. I told Zach, hey dude, it's so slow today. I might be talking to you today. Like I might be letting you do the show.
Yeah, wrong day for me to do the show.
You know what I mean. Take your mind off everything. Take your frustrations out on me. You are bigger than me, though, but it would be a felony because I'm older, so, And I'm going to fall out. When Zach look at me, I'm going to just follow up. I'll just fall out and be like, what's wrong with you? Yes, it's one of those days. I'm having one of those days. It just, you ever try to get energy and energy was like, nah, you need a day. You need a day. It's hard to explain. Let me check the YouTube chat, see if anybody's like, hey, what's up, Quanda? How are you? Hey, Lucretia. How's it going? Are you and Quanda actually besties, or you just call her your bestie? Did y'all know each other or something? Or what? Because y'all be going back and forth a little too much. Hey, bestie. Hey, bestie. Oh, yeah, bestie. Hey, bestie. Hey, bestie. Hey, bestie. What is that? It sounds like I'm jealous, don't it? Zach was like, well, but it's just, yeah. I got to tease him. I'm telling you, it is one of those days. I'm going through the news, and the news makes no sense. And I'm seeing stories and I'm looking at this stuff are you kidding me? You are kidding me, right? So I don't even know if I should talk about it because I'm going to upset people that went to this school. Okay, but I may as well. So I was going through, and on thegrio.com, there's a story about Spelman College. And even though I didn't go to an HBCUs, I like to keep up with the HBCUs, see what's going on, see what the young folks are doing. And Spelman makes history with the first ever co-campus homecoming queens and ignites an online debate. So the first time in Spelman's pageant 43-year history, 2 students have been named co-queens. But then we got to look at the selection process. But let's start. Spelman, historically black women's liberal arts college, drew widespread reaction online after juniors Jillian Collier and Kinsley Wilson were both announced as winners and will share the title of Miss Spelman for the 26-27 academic year. Why? After a scoring miscalculation. That's according to the UATL, which is the Atlanta Journal-Constitution, the newspaper down there. They're going to welcome a homecoming queen for the first time in 43 years. However, people are like, wait, what? And they're overjoyed to announce it. Please join us in showering our co-queens and the entire court with love and congratulations. How about not? So here's the deal. Wilson was declared winner, the sole winner, April 11th. Nearly a week later, the school announced a miscount, and on the 17th on social media post declared Collier as co-queen per UATL. Following a comprehensive review of the 2026 Miss Spelman pageant, the college identified a technical discrepancy in the initial scoring results. And in a decision that reflects our commitment to equity and the exceptional caliber of our student, Spelman has named Miss Spelmans for the 26-27 academic year. And there you have it. Or do you? 2 homecoming queens, that's not progress. It's confusion dressed up like compassion. Now, I know what you're going to say. It's about equity, but that's stupidity. You're going to say both of them deserved it. That's stupidity. It was a scoring error. That's the fact. But let's deal with the facts. Spelman, one of the most prestigious historically black colleges in the country, there was a pageant, a competition, a process built on scoring, performance, presentation, and judgment. One winner was announced. Then days later, well, actually, there was a mistake. So now we have 2. And they're actually confused why people are pushing back. Here's something we're losing in real time. A title actually means something because only one person gets it. It's singular. That's why we don't have co-presidents. We don't have co-valedictorians. And when you start multiplying them, people start asking questions because the moment everybody wins, nobody wins. It now becomes a participation trophy. This is not about the young ladies. Both of them are accomplished, deserving of recognition. They worked hard. But life doesn't operate on everybody gets a trophy. It operates on outcomes. And the count was the outcome. Now, you messed it up, so then you need to correct it and tell the young lady that won, she won, and the one that won, she didn't, and be done. Don't create a tie. It literally was not a tie. You yourself admit that only one of them won. Now you want to make it a tie. You fix it by telling the truth. It's not a philosophy. It's not some new progressive model of leadership. This was an idiotic, stupid mistake. It was a miscalculation, a scoring error, which was also a mistake. But the institution chose optics over order. I was just asked the question, was that coddling? Not unless you date and hug two people at the same time all the time. That's coddling. You know what I'm saying? They're hugging two people at the same. Oh, we want to make you feel bad. So watch this. You felt bad for her. I wonder did they even ask her, do you want to be co-queen? What do you expect me to say? Nah, that's okay. Here are the options. Recalculate transparently and crown the actual winner. 2, disqualify the results, redo the process, or you could do what they did, split the crown. Who does that? They chose option 3. That's not leadership. That's damage control. And Spelman College and their president should be ashamed. But then somebody's going to say, well, you know, it's just a crown. It's not. It's a signal. Because when you normalize stuff like that, you do it once, you'll do it again, and you'll reinforce it in bigger things. Well, they got co-queen for that. Why can't I get? Then you'll have 2 valedictorians. Then you'll have 2 class speakers. And if young people start believing that, which they already do, standards are flexible, results are negotiable, and outcomes, don't worry about that. We'll just rewrite it. And don't be surprised when accountability disappears in every other space. How those students go out and conduct business, politics, their relationships, because you taught them that there's no such thing as truth because truth is adjustable. You do understand that a crown is symbolic authority. It represents leadership, representation, and responsibility to Spelman College. And when you dilute it, the symbol of Miss Spelman loses power, becomes diluted. The problem is, so does Spelman College. So who speaks for the institution? Who makes the final call? Who carries the legacy? Well, I don't know if they do. How can you say both? I carry the legacy. No, we carry the legacy. And when it's both, it's really neither. We are raising a generation of kids that are uncomfortable with clear winners. Why you got to be first? So we give everybody a participation trophy. Why do I have to lose? So everybody gets a participation trophy. Everything has to be softened. Everything has to be shared. Everything has to be explained in a way that avoids discomfort. I don't want to watch TV. I get my news from TikTok. I don't want to hear all those negative things. Then grow up and get your life. Because right now it's trash. How do you not know that you're driving down a neighborhood and on the news earlier, they have a standoff with the police and they blocked off the street. And if you go down the street, you might get shot. But you don't know because you don't watch the news. You don't want to know. It's negative stuff on the news I don't want to watch because I can't stand anything negative. Growth never happens in comfort. I've said that before. It happens in clarity. It happens when you win. And sometimes it happens when you don't. But both outcomes are necessary. The real issue isn't about whether or not Spelman has 2 queens. The issue is the inability to say, we made a mistake, here's the correct result. But we all know now Spelman College does not have courage, it doesn't have integrity, and it doesn't have leadership. And I put that solely on the president. And if the institution can't model that, why do you have young ladies going to school, getting degrees from a historically black college or university with the prestige of Spelman College? You have just ruined every single degree that comes out that school because leadership trashed it. Some of the most outstanding, intellectual, smart, powerful women in the country are matriculating at Spelman. And when it came time for leadership to step up and do the right thing and model it, they failed. And so, no, this isn't about being old school. It's not about being harsh. It's about being honest. Because when you start bending rules to avoid hard moments, you don't create fairness, you create confusion. And confusion is the fastest way to erode your credibility. Ask the president of Spelman College. Two homecoming queens isn't historical. It's standard breaking. And not every broken standard deserves applause. There's only one thing. There's only one thing everyone can have, but only one person can wear at a time. Know what that is? A crown.
And that is Dr. Ken's Truth on the new 101.7 The Truth. Need a way to hype up your day?
Hello, is this Shirley?
This is she.
Shirley, you are our Gruber 5K giveaway winner this quarter. Congratulations.
What would you do with $5,000?
Going to look at buying me a pickup truck. That will be some of my down payment.
Stay tuned into 101.7 The Truth for your chance to be entered into the Gruber Law Office's 5K giveaway. For contest rules, visit 1017thetruth.com.
I love you guys.
I got money now.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 101.7 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home. Join me every Friday at 11 a.m. for the Milwaukee Experience with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee. We're a city that knows how to celebrate, where the calendar is packed with festivals, the plates are piled high with flavor, and a lakefront sunrise sets the stage. Here in Milwaukee, every street leads to something worth savoring, a place that welcomes you with open arms and where joy is shared in bites, beats, and cheers. The Milwaukee Experience every Friday at 11 a.m. exclusively on The Truth with Sherwin Hughes, presented by Visit Milwaukee.
Sweet Talk's Medical Spa in Menominee Falls. Skip the sterile clinical office feel. Sweet Talk stays on the cutting edge of beauty and wellness innovations in a vibrant, playful space promoting self-love and confidence. Sweet Talk specializes in a range of treatments including injectables, medical-grade skincare, weight loss, hormone therapies, and more. Not sure where to start? Sweet Talks offers comprehensive wellness consultations to create a customized plan centered around you. Because at Sweet Talks, your goals are their goals. Learn more at sweettalks.com.
Life's better with Drive My Way from American Family Insurance because we know it's more than just a car. It's your escape pod, your adventure mobile, your memory maker. And we help protect the dreams that drive you. Personalize what you pay for auto insurance and you could save between 10 and 35%. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Unsafe driving behaviors may increase your rate. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. So why are you playing the song if you don't know?
It's called Shuffle.
I'm sorry. So
This is a fast song?
So that's not a fast song. Like what? That's a medium song. So here's what we do. So Zach and I have trouble. We have this thing where, we go back and forth, and he says, so I'm gonna play, we're gonna play 2 fast songs on the first break, and then before we go break for the hour, the last break, we play a slower song. Right? Now, I'm going with Boomer Fast and Boomer Slow. He's going with Z Fast and Z Slow. He said this was a fast song. And I said, Zach, this is a medium song. This is a medium song. And he kind of looked at me like, nah, it's not. And I'm like, what? And then I realized, say what? Say what?
It's a song, ain't it?
Yeah, but see, the problem that I had with it is that you said, quote, I don't know who this is. I don't know what this is.
Oh, yeah. Nope. Sure didn't. Deja?
So play him from my playlist. You'll never go wrong. Just go with my playlist.
It is.
That's probably added to my playlist. But if you scroll, because you scrolled all the way down and then they add stuff to it, that's extra, that's not in my playlist.
It's number 147. That's in there.
You probably put it in or something. Because I don't remember ever putting that song in. Now, you know how I add my songs? Like, how do you add songs to your playlist? By the way, if you want let me double check the keyword, because last time I put the keyword out and it was the wrong keyword. I think it's Dr. Ken's music. Is it still here? Yep, Dr. Ken's music. If you go to Dr. Ken's music, if you text 833-212-1017 is the number. If you have Spotify, you can follow Dr. Ken's music. And when I add music to my playlist, that's the playlist I use for the show. So that's where all my music comes from. And if you can play along and go, where'd that music come from? Just go check the playlist, and it's right there. So you can actually follow it. You can actually follow the playlist. Again, text Dr. Ken's music. You can tell it's Thursday, right? Dr. Ken's music, and text it to 833-212-1017, and you'll get the link where you can then follow the playlist. And then when I add songs to it, because about once a week I go through and all the songs I hear and songs I like, I just add them to the playlist and do stuff like that. So I think it'd be pretty cool. Quanda said, nope, a vibe is a vibe and you are very jealous. Lucretia said, I know that's right. I'm not jealous. Y'all vibing, that's okay. I just asked what it was. Don't get all, don't make me get on a plane and fly down to Miami. Tap the town. Anyway, so Willie, what's going on? How's it going? Dr. Ken, I just became your favorite A vibe is a vibe. Reginald says they're a doctor in the house. What kind of doctor? Academic? Yes. Medical? No. There you go. I wouldn't say, Aaron said confusion is the first step to anarchy. Clearly he was talking about my Dr. Ken's Truth, and I was talking about Spelman College and their two queens. Like the fact that you live in a world and you promote the nonsensical stupidity of choosing two queens because you messed up. So you miscounted, and instead of being adults, being accountable, you shaded your own mistake. You covered it up so that you wouldn't look bad and some girl wouldn't feel bad. Are you kidding me? What are they going to do when they go out? Well, you gave her a raise, so I want a raise. Haven't we seen this nonsense before? I need to get promoted to manager when there's no one to manage and you've been here like a year. Yeah. Seen that nonsense before. Stupidity. It's a generation of people who have not earned anything, have not gone through the fire, worked their way through, earned the respect, and did it. Ain't nobody jealous of you, Quanda. Girl, go somewhere. See, now you full of yourself. You full of yourself. Are you working right now, by the way? Are you working? She must not be working because she's spouting off. Reginald said, you'll be careful cavorting around Water and Brady Street. After all, it is Turn Up Thursday. Yeah, them beer drinking people. They drink a lot of beer on Thursdays on Brady Street. Yeah. When I was a cop, I used to hate to work in District 1 because, Brady Street on Thursday. Your cousins be out there drinking beer. That's why they get so fat. So it's Thursday. I'm just on a stream of consciousness today. If you have any questions, 833-212-1017 is the number. If you have, I'm torn about this Spelman thing. Was it wrong? Am I wrong to think that it was wrong? Do we always err on the side of we don't want her to feel bad? Well, she's going to feel bad. She would have felt bad if she lost anyway. So you can't control that, but you messed up. The person that counted it messed up. They should have came forward, came clean. It was a technical. It wasn't a technical mistake. You messed up. And it's okay. But if the adults that are in charge can't step up and say they messed up, why would you expect a student today to step up and say they messed up? Makes no sense. I've seen issues of students get blamed for stuff with zero evidence, and all sorts of crazy things happen to them without evidence. Well, that person said it. Why would they lie? Are you kidding? And then I realized that's the mentality. It's either absolute or it's nothing. And that's unfortunate. That is unfortunate. And if Reginald, if you believe that, I just lost respect for you. Reginald said, drink till you stank. Man, get out of here. Get out of here. 833-212-1017 is the number. What are your thoughts on this? Do you actually believe that it was okay to have two homecoming queens? I think it's the stupidest thing in the world. Well, she didn't feel bad. Like, what are you, the feeling police now? Well, we have to make sure that people don't feel bad. What's she going to do when she go get a job and she don't get the promotion? Well, can we have two people in the position? What? Dumb. Yes, I guess it's going to be a pop-off Thursday. This is dumb. This makes no sense. Ridiculous. And we wonder why kids go out and they go into the work world and you got to do, like, I'm like, why are you doing all this stuff for people? Well, we got to get employees. Why don't you just tell them, if you want to work here, this is what you have to do. If you don't want to work here, this is what you don't have to do. Don't get mad at them if they say no. Don't get mad at them if they leave. Just leave. But what we're not going to do is pander and lose money. And so Spelman thought they could do this, I'm assuming. Well, no, I'm not going to make any assumptions. They got a waiting list a mile long and people want to get into the school. After this, I don't know. Because I don't trust leadership. Let me see who's the president. Let me spell first. Spelman College president. No, I thought Roz Brewer left. She's still there? Interim president and chair emerita. Okay, well, maybe she went back. Rosalind Roz Brewer. Let me check. Now they give you so much crap with AI that they don't just give you the actual URL for Spelman College. Spelman.edu. Like, why do I get all this AI junk? Careers at Spelman. Don't think they'll hire me. All right. So let me see where I can find the information. Is there anything that says president? About brief history. Leadership. Spelman leadership. Okay, it is Rosalind Brewer. She's the interim president. Okay. Hey, Rosalind, Miss Brewer, that was a bad choice. That was a poor choice. That was a bad choice. And you didn't do the right thing. Now I question leadership. Oh, no, don't try to clean it up now, Reginald. Reginald said, getting close to final exam time. Students, buckle down. Y'all ones I'm referring to with my drink till you stank statement. Make mommy and daddy proud. Give them more bang for their education buck. Don't try to clean it up now. You already stepped in it. Just own it. See what I'm talking about? We try to mitigate. Wait a minute. Dr. Ken, did you say? And I say, yes. Kwanda said, Dr. Ken, are you still on your diet or have you slipped up and been cheating? No, today is my cheat day. Today is my cheat. In the last week, I lost 1 more pound. So today was my cheat day. I had a chocolate shake. That was it. Later, I might eat some sweet tarts, and then tomorrow I got to go shopping to get my carrots, celery sticks. What else was I getting? Because I eat, because I have bruxism, where I chew all the time. So if I just simply buy something to chew on, then I don't eat sweets, I don't eat candy, I don't eat junk, and it works out. But I'm trying to find some. Oh, and I buy sunflower seeds in the big canister jar, and I just pour them out and chew those, and it works great. It works absolutely great. So thank you for that. Yes, I am. She's trying to change the subject. See Kwanda trying to change the subject? That's okay. That's all right. 833-212-1017 is the number. Todd said, Dr. Ken, no, I was actually prom king, so you're talking to royalty. Anyway. I don't know if I choose somebody in high school being the prom king or queen as royalty. So, but there's only one person. Like, you only have one crown, and only one person. You're going to have 2 crowns now? So watch this. When you name 26, 27, right? So this is 25, 26. When you name 20, well, let me see the story again. Let me look at the story again because I need to figure out. It went away. Let me figure out which year it was one, because when you choose next year, like how do you Like, okay, it was a 26-27, so it's next year. So 27-28, who do you turn it over to? Hey, Zach, I got 2 crowns and I only got 1 winner, so do I give them 2 crowns?
Might as well.
But I only got 1 head. Like, what we do? Stack it? Like, is this dumb?
One to wear, like, every day, and then one to keep at the house. How they do it in WWE.
Wow. You said that like a brother. Hey, keep one at the house. A crown. And look, it'll be on the light with a little pillow under with the crown sitting on top with a light beaming it. Nonsense. And now with 101.7 The Truth traffic, here's Debbie Lazaga.
Well, we've got some delays still with these accidents. Now, most of them have been cleared out of the way. Northbound 94, just south of Ryan Road, they still have the 3 lanes closed. At least that's what they're saying, but I'm not seeing them actually closed. We do have delays stretching all the way back to 5 Mile Road in Racine County, so that's something to keep in mind. The other accident, westbound 94, just past Calhoun, has been cleared. Delays are still pretty hefty coming out of the zoo interchange all the way past the scene. The eastbound side slowing down from 164 to Calhoun, and then back on the brakes from 70th Street to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance for showers and storms, a low of 57. Tomorrow, morning showers and storms, mostly cloudy with a high of 67. From the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Lazaga on 101.7 The Truth.
The baked potato just became the main event. At Loaded Spud, we take comfort food and turn it into something bold. Fresh baked potatoes piled high with creative toppings like buffalo chicken, steak and cheese, and classic loaded favorites, all made fresh and built to satisfy. Big flavor, generous portions, no shortcuts. It's fast, affordable, and proudly local. Loaded Spud, Milwaukee's most unexpected comfort food. Stop in today at 789 North Water Street or visit online at www.letsgetloaded.online.
Don't miss one of Milwaukee's favorite summer traditions, the U-Path Ride for Arts, presented by Miller Lite, returns Sunday, May 31st. Ride a fully closed 20-mile course across the Hone Bridge with incredible lakefront views. Kids 12 and under ride free thanks to the Brewers Community Foundation. All in support of Southeastern Wisconsin Performing Arts. 7 a.m. start, finish at UPath Fest on Summerfest grounds. Register today at upathride.org. That's UPAFRIDE.org.
People don't realize that glaucoma is one of the leading causes of blindness.
Because there are often no early symptoms, nearly half of those with glaucoma may not even know they have it until vision loss has occurred.
I was diagnosed with normal tension glaucoma in July of 2020. And what we found out at that point was I had already lost 40% of my sight. You think it only affects people that are, 75 or older, retired, grandparents, and that's not the reality of it.
I didn't think at all glaucoma was going to affect me because I didn't know of anyone that had glaucoma, no one in my family. When you have glaucoma, you can't get back that sight that you lost. And so early detection and treatment is vitally, vitally important.
Don't miss life's most beautiful moments. Schedule an eye exam today.
National Glaucoma Research, a Bright Focus Foundation program, offers free resources and tips for healthy vision.
Learn how to protect your sight at stopglaucoma.org.
Tap into the best power hour in radio in Milwaukee.
So altogether, you're looking at $1,780 for your mortgage and for your property taxes in a year. And that's before you have to deal with, obviously, your water bill and electric bill. That's a steep price that people have to pay. And based off those numbers I just ran, to afford a home like that, you got to make $65,000 a year. But the problem is, here in Milwaukee, the median household income is only $54,234. That's out of whack. So again, I am all about affordability. I'm all about people getting homes. But what we have to understand is that until homes are more affordable, you can have a supply and demand problem. But the problem that we have here in the city of Milwaukee is that these prices, when people are listing these houses, they're listing them for prices that people really can't afford. And even if you do get the house and you're paying that, you're living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is not about living paycheck to paycheck. Home ownership is about finding something that fits within your budget and building equity for the future.
Catch Truth to Power with Kyle Wallace every weekday from noon to 1 p.m. on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The series finale between the Brewers and Tigers happening right now. Detroit evened the series up last night, beating Milwaukee 5-2. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold on this upcoming weekend.
Keens coming up this weekend, so we're going to have a tough road ahead for us, but the guys are tough. They're hanging in there. We've been a little inconsistent, but we have some guys coming back hopefully soon to help us out.
And round one of the NFL draft kicks off tonight in Pittsburgh. The Green Bay Packers do not have a first-round pick. Currently, their first selection is 52nd overall in the second round. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah, certainly picking higher is always better, as far as, finding talent. But, the phones won't be as busy, that's for sure. Not unlike any other draft, we'll have some players that we'll talk about moving up to go get. I'm sure there'll be some scenarios to move back as well.
Packers currently have 8 total picks in the draft. This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
More of Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harrison is next on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Hey, I got a question for you. You got stuff in your basement, them chemicals laying around, sitting around under the sink and in the garage. You going to use them? Probably not. So don't let them just sit there. Get rid of them the right way. Don't just throw them in the garbage can. Take hazardous waste to MMSD's home hazmat drop-off centers. It's safe, it's easy, and it's open to all Milwaukee County residents. So if you don't live in Milwaukee County, don't be rolling over here from Ozaki and Racine. Hey, let me just drop these. No, don't. To Milwaukee County residents only. Plus, there are only 3 locations open, and they're open year-round. So for hours, locations, and a full list of what you can bring, check out MMSD.com. That's MMSD.com. Let's clean it up, Milwaukee. And then when they're done, we can call the city to fill up the potholes. Okay, I'm just saying. 833-212-1017 is the number. Did you get your tax bill? I got my tax bill. 2026 property tax key details is that the assessment, the median home assessments rose from $192,700 to $207,400, reflecting a 6.43 increase for residential properties. Now, there's an open book where you can review your assessment with an appraiser, and the deadline to file an objection is Monday, May 18th at 4:45 p.m. downtown. So it doesn't equate to a 6% tax increase. Some people have less, some people have more. For medium-valued homes in the city, estimated taxes for 2026 include fees for services, which could be in the ballpark about $2,200. But if you disagree with the assessment, now here's the kicker. Here's my question to you. Would you rather pay more in taxes or less than taxes? In other words, is your assessment more or is your assessment less? 833-212-1017. Somebody explain that to me. Is it better to have a higher assessment or a lower assessment? And I'm asking for a reason. Hey, Reginald, it's not free hazmat disposal. Your taxes pay for that. It's already paid for, whether you dispose of it or not. So just keep thinking you get stuff free. I don't know where that comes from. People loving to get stuff for free, but nothing. Nothing. Nothing is for free. 833-212-1017 is the number. Taxes. Is it better to have your assessment go up, or is it better to have your assessment go down? That's my question. Because after I take calls and all that, I'm going to tell you what happened to my taxes. Al, you're on the award-winning 1017 The Truth. How are you?
I'm doing fine. If I'm going to pay low for taxes, I'd rather go to a community where I can get more bang for my buck. versus paying higher for taxes and my property value going up. But then when I walk outside and look, I know I'm not going to be able to get that due to the neighborhood. So, prime example, okay, let's say I live in a certain zip code, and they say, oh, my house is worth $190,000. And that might be good. But when you go outside on that block and you see all that devastation, what does that $190,000 mean if a person comes over there and they see that?
That means the city gets to charge you more money for taxes so that they can take care of stuff that they probably shouldn't be taking care of, but they want everybody to be happy and live free.
I think sometimes it's just a reverse psychology because a person be like, oh, my house worth $150. Yeah, but are you going to be able to pay? Is somebody going to buy it for $150 when they see your neighbors live on the right or the north or the south side? But, you know, if I'm going to pay lower tax, I'd rather just go to a better community where I can get more bang for my buck so I can feel proud about paying my taxes, whether if they're cheap or high, because now I know I'm getting the benefit of it versus paying high and then still knowing I see what I see when I look out the window. That's all.
All right. Thank you much.
All right. Have a good day.
You too. So I agree. Like at some point, you don't want a trash house. You want a house that's going to garner the amount of money that you put into it and that you paid into it and that it's worth. Now, here's the problem. I live in Sherman Park. My house went down in value. Got that? My house went down in value, about 10% down. And so I'm trying to figure out, why did my house go down 20%? 10%, 15%. Like, why? Why did my house go down? Now, I know my taxes are not going to go down. My assessment went down, but I'm sure they'll play with the tax, that little number that they can tweak and say, oh, well, that number went down, but the other number went up. So therefore, you'll look up and next thing you know, your value will go down, but your property tax will still go up. How's that happen? So I'm still asking, did your property go up or go down? Did it go up or go down? And are you happy about it? Because I'm not. Now, if my tax bill comes next year and I end up paying more, I'm going to be mad. I'm going to be a little upset. That's not true. I'm going to be a lot upset. You know what that means.
May is Skilled Trades Month, a time to celebrate the hands-on careers that keep our industries and our communities moving forward. At Junior Achievement, students are discovering that today's skilled trades include technology, robotics, and smart manufacturing. With support from Rockwell Automation, students are exploring how advanced manufacturing and automation will power the factories of the future. Thank you, Rockwell, for helping inspire the next generation of technicians, engineers, and innovators. Learn more at ja.org.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about four walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
This April, it's Financial Literacy Month on 1017 The Truth, powered by UW Credit Union. Financial literacy isn't just about money. It's about confidence and making smart decisions for your future. UW Credit Union is here to help with free tools, expert guidance, and resources. From budgeting tips to one-on-one financial coaching and self-guided lessons you can access anytime. Because they're not a bank, they're a partner in your financial journey. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Hi, I'm Eric Zauner, Marine Corps veteran and board member for the Center for Veterans Issues, calling on the community to tee it up for a great cause. On Monday, June 15th, CVI is hosting its 5th annual golf outing at the River Club in Mequon. This year's event is supporting CVI's Permanent Supportive Housing Program, dedicated to assisting chronically homeless or disabled veterans and their families. Grab your clubs and support our veterans today. Register to golf, sponsor, or donate at cvivet.org/events.
Life's better with American Family Insurance because we know you love working weekends. If it means working on your dream home, both inside and out. And we're here to help protect those dreams so you can enjoy peace of mind. Save up to 40% when you bundle home and auto. American Family Insurance. Get a quote and find an agent at amfam.com.
Products, pricing, and availability vary based on the way you purchase insurance and by state. Some exclusions apply. American Family Mutual Insurance Company, SI, and its operating companies, 6000 American Parkway, Madison, Wisconsin.
You are listening to Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. 833-212-1017 is the number if you want to talk about your taxes. So, for the break, we were talking about taxes and assessment and what your house is worth and all that fun stuff. And so, here's the deal. Property tax in Milwaukee are calculated by multiplying a property's assessed value by the total mill rate or tax rate and then dividing it by 1,000. So usually it's based on what mass appraisal method. You know, they just decide what it is. The mill rate typically that, anyway. They divide the city's total tax levy, the budget needs, by the total assessed value of all properties. So when you talk about assessed value, the city assessor determines the property's value based on market data. This is meant to be within 10% of fair market value at least once every 4 years. The mill rate represents the amount of tax per $1,000 of assessed value. So it's set annually based on budgetary needs of the city, county, or schools, technical college, all that stuff. So you got the assessed value times the mill rate divided by 1,000, and that's your property tax. So if you had a house that's worth $200,000 and your mill rate was 22.93, you multiply that, you divide it by 1,000, and your taxes would be $4,586. Now, if you got an issue with all this stuff, you have time between April 20th and May 18th to go down and talk to the assessor's office and sit down with somebody and figure out whether or not this is accurate or not. Sit with an appraiser and figure out, is this right? My property tax went down. It went down. Now, for me, it was a significant amount. It went down. That means that the houses around me didn't sell for as much as they wanted to, and they reassessed. I think it's terrible. I think the city does a terrible job at assessment. I think they want money this year, and we've got some issues with pensions and all that. And the city usually pays a portion of that pension. I don't know how it is now with the state of Wisconsin, because now I believe police and fire are in the state pension plan. And I don't know how that works, because I wasn't in the state pension plan. Mine gets paid by the city. And that's a lot. And I know my taxes in the city are paying for they're paying my pension, so I get it. But they do have a border review. And so if you check out City of Milwaukee, city.milwaukee.gov, you can Google understanding your assessment paper, understand your assessment, and it'll give you a handout that goes through all the assessment process and what you'd have to do. Can you change it? All that stuff. And so they would have to come in your house and look at your house and assess your house. And so I've always been told, let them in your house. I've always been told, don't let them in your house. Because I think what happens is if they come in your house, it's going to go up. They may find stuff in your house that you're not supposed to have, and then it goes up. I don't know. Or then you get a fine. I don't know. I if it's one thing I stay away from completely and totally, it's real estate. Real estate gives me a headache. I can deal with advanced quantitative analysis. I can deal with algebra, geometry, trigonometry. I'll deal with calculus. I'll deal with physics. I'll deal with quantum physics. I'll deal with what we were talking about earlier, Fibonacci sequence. I'll do all that. DNA, I'm not dealing with real estate. Real estate makes my head hurt because everybody has a way to do it. See, math and science and basic, statistics, it's there. You got the formula, you got the model, you get to do it, you can check it. It's great. A house? Well, I think it costs this. Well, that's not what I'm looking for. If I need a human being to appraise something, that scares me. And by the way, Zach, I don't like you, so your house is now worth $2 million. And we want our tax money. Well, how much tax is it? $18,000. What? It's $27,000. Like what? Like I wonder what the mill rate would be. Well, I don't know. Let's find out. Where's that website? I wonder what the mill rate would be on your property if can you imagine that? If your property was worth, that mill rate was like 22.93 or something. So 22.93, that'll be crazy. 22.93 times $1 million house divided by 1,000, and that's a $22,930 a year. That's what your taxes would be. If you divide that by 12, your taxes are $1,900 a month. You're going to have to be making some loot because your taxes is somebody else's mortgage. You get jacked. You get jacked. People in $500,000, $600,000, $700,000 houses. But you bought it, so you knew you could afford it, so handle it. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying. I didn't really know the impact on taxes that public service had until I got into the police department. It's significant. It is significant. But I'm not going to apologize because I retired. So you're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. When we come back, we got all sorts of things going on. We're going to be talking about taxes again, and we're going to be talking about you and me and a few other surprises, but more importantly, top 5 at 5.
Truth Nation. Join the Milwaukee County Office of Equity on Saturday, April 25th at 10 a.m. for the Story of Wealth exhibition at the Wisconsin Black Historical Society. Discover how policies have shaped financial opportunities in Milwaukee. Hear from a powerful panel, including Michelle Bryant, Claiborne Benson, Deborah Blanks, Kirk Harris, with keynote speaker James J.B. Bell. This event is free to attend, with food provided, door prizes, and great music. So make sure to get there early. Thank you, Milwaukee. The Tory Low Community Cleanup presented by MMSD was an incredible success, and it's all because of you. Thank you to the families, volunteers, and community leaders who came together to clean up the city of Milwaukee. A very special thank you to our amazing partners, Milwaukee College Prep, Steinhoffels, Cousins Subs, and Waste Management for helping make the Tory Low Cleanup a success. Together, we are making Milwaukee cleaner, stronger, and better, one block at a time.
Teachers are dynamic leaders, shaping a new generation. They bring a variety of perspectives from diverse backgrounds, innovating how they teach to prepare students for our fast-changing world. Achieving this takes skill and expertise. They're tireless explorers, creatively discovering a universe of solutions, telling stories, experimenting, inspiring, mentoring, connecting cultures, and connecting with each other. Leading by example. Experience the unique joy of helping students thrive. Teaching is a journey that shapes lives. Are you ready to begin? Explore teaching at teach.org, a campaign supported by the U.S. Department of Education, Teach.org, and 1 million teachers of color.
70 million people in the U.S. have learning and thinking differences, like ADHD and dyslexia. Each has their own story. This is ours. At first, I thought it was just a phase. Then schoolwork became a struggle. Emotions got bigger, and my kids started falling behind. I felt alone, like I was lost in the dark trying to find answers. Then I learned about Understood.org, a nonprofit empowering parents and kids like us. It was like we had a light to show us the path ahead. Whenever new challenges came up, their guidance helped us figure out our next step. We still have tough days, but now we have direction. And I have the tools and resources I need to help my child thrive. No matter where you are on the path, Understood can help you keep moving forward. Visit understood.org/yourpath today.
Get the truth and nothing but the truth with Sherwin Hughes every weekday from 9 a.m. to 12 p.m. on 101.7 FM, 1510 a.m. WGKB Waukesha, and W269DL Milwaukee, a locally owned Good Karma brand station. Bringing you his authentic perspectives on important topics.
They live in suburbs together. They live in the city together. They hang out together, all in the same family. We're the only idiots that fight because we want our voice to only be on one side. Like, does that even make any sense? And when the side loses, you lose everything. They, on the other hand, have a voice no matter what because somebody that looks like them is always in control.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point.
Well, it's just a skewed system.
Of course it is.
It's a lot of adjustment.
But answer my question, though. Should we let people go? Should we let people go? Like, let's just forget about bail altogether. And if your neighbor commits a homicide and kills people up, if you kill people and they next to you and you just let them come back and live right next to you, they can live upstairs from you. Let them come in your house.
Frank, candid, and straight to the point. This is the best radio show in the state of Wisconsin. Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 101.7 The Truth and The Truth app.
Now, he's the mayor of the city of Milwaukee. He's a young man. Give him a chance. I only complain about things that I care about. What I want you to do is pretend like I'm in St. Louis. And all I'm asking the mayor and the Common Council president and the Common Council, show me.
Now, live from the American Family Insurance Studio at the Avenue in the heart of downtown Milwaukee, here is Dr. Ken Harris.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. So I watch YouTube while I'm doing the show, and every time I refresh YouTube, a bra commercial pops up, and I'm like wondering what's that about? Like, what is that about? I don't know. I don't get it. Reginald. Reginald likes to eat in the YouTube chat. I know I got to get to my top 5 at 5. He said I need the top 5 menu choices for myself at 5. And then he asks, Quanda, what are your thoughts on the health benefits of free-range beef or chicken versus the other cage edible animals? I say Dumb and Dumber. If you can actually tell or care about whether or not chicken tastes a little more fluffy or a little more something versus something that's been in a cage, like that is the most ridiculous. If you need that, I think there's something fundamentally wrong with your choices in life. I do. There's something fundamentally wrong with your choices in life that you are sitting here trying to divide out. Like I had a girl in Starbucks one day, years ago, argue about free-range eggs are better than regular eggs. What do I care? I'm eating the egg. I'm going to swallow, and nobody's going to care, and nobody's going to decide, oh, wow, that egg was, oh, my God, it was so fluffier than other. Who cares? It's an egg. It's supposed to be eaten. Now, what touched all this off is that there's a fire up in Palmyra at a chicken farm. So if you want some, maybe some free chicken. Now, if they're smart, they'll set up a cart outside, dip them dead chickens in some flour, finish them off, and then go on and make some money. But okay, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. Free range? Oh, it runs around. So when you break its neck, defeather it, chop it up, and give it to somebody, it tastes good? Does that even sound like a process? Like
it does taste better.
You can't even tell. Do you do a comparison test? I'm going to do a comparison test. I'm going to eat this free-range chicken and this chicken that, like Zach, how do you verify that the chicken was in a cage?
Whatever the label says.
Oh, come on. I'm going to just switch the labels. It's like everything else. I could switch the labels, right? I could have a free-range chicken, free-range egg, cage chicken. Well, I guess you eat both. Anyway, and a chicken that was caged and had an egg. And then I cook them, and then I switch the labels. I guarantee you people will get it wrong. Oh, my God, that was the best free range. No, player, that was the one that was caged. You'd be like, Yes, Quanda, that chicken will be dark meat in Palmyra. It will be dark meat because it got burnt. They got breaking news. Bucks have a new head coach. And I'm watching it now. Doc Rivers stepped down. According to the Bucks,
1017 The Truth. Breaking news.
The Bucks are hiring Taylor Jenkins. It's according to ESPN. He was a Bucks assistant in 2018, 2019. The Grizzlies head coach from 2019 to 2025. He was fired by the Grizzlies, and now we're going to restore his active status in the NBA a year later by hiring him for the Bucks. It's quite the fraternity, isn't it? You work, you're fired, you're hired. Basketball, baseball, football, soccer. If you coach a team, you get to play and get paid over and over and over and over and over and over and over for losing. I mean, I get it, but anyway. Let me go on. Let me get out of here with all this nonsense. Free range nonsense. By the way, 7 minutes after the hour, 69 degrees. The high today was 77. The low tonight is going to be 58. Winds are from the southeast at about 13 miles an hour. Rain should be coming around 1 a.m. and continuing throughout the night and into tomorrow. So be careful. It's going to rain. You should be able to get home in time from out partying on Brady Street and make it there.
Number 5.
Speaking of rain from CBS 58, it's, we're having a great day and low pressure. It's not too bad. Everything's cool. However, between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m., that's when it's going to hit. Rain chances hold through daybreak tomorrow before rain and clouds exit, and we head into the weekend with sunshine. Cold front is going to follow our storms tonight, which could bring a cool down until Monday. So it's not going to be too... The sun might be out, but it might be a little, cool. However, we got rain coming, so I guess we may as well have fire.
Number 4.
From Fox6Now.com, the Wisconsin Department of Natural Resources has asked the public to avoid outdoor burning with fire danger considered high or very high across the entire state as of this morning. So, spring, they have a lot of fires. They've had 283 wildfires that have burned more than 700 acres across the state so far. And when you look at Milwaukee County is very high in terms of fire risk. So be careful. Embers from burning piles, campfires, and other fires can get out of control, cause a wildfire if they're not properly extinguished. Off-road vehicles, equipment, they can all spark and start a fire as well. They're asking you to do two things. If you're outdoors and you're burning something, don't do it. Avoid outdoor burning until conditions improve. Operate equipment. We're talking lawnmowers, chainsaws, off-road vehicles early in the morning or late in the evening to avoid sparks during peak burn hours. And report a fire early. If a fire breaks out, do not try to put it out. Call 911, then try to put it out. Fire doubles. Somewhere around 30 seconds and 2 minutes, somewhere in that. One wall in a minute can turn into 2 walls, can turn into 4, can turn into a house in about 3 minutes. Be careful. And yes, I know my numbers are off because I'm not a firefighter, but I'm just saying, you get the point. Make sure you pay attention. All right? County of Milwaukee, Racine, Kenosha, Waukesha, there is a very high risk of fire. So make sure you are extra careful.
Number 3.
This from WISN.com. Milwaukee police are investigating a fatal hit-and-run crash near 13th and McKinley that left a pedestrian dead. Vehicle struck a 35-year-old man around 9 a.m. and fled the scene. Pedestrian was pronounced dead at the scene, and shortly after, an MPD officer saw a later determined suspect vehicle being driven recklessly near 15th and Cherry. They pulled the car over. All the occupants ran, and a 17-year-old boy of the suspect vehicle later returned to the scene and was arrested. Police are looking for the other people. Anyone with information are asked to contact the Milwaukee Police Department at 414-935-7360. And if you want to remain anonymous, contact Crime Stoppers at 414-224-8477. That's unfortunate. And don't start crying when they get charged and then you're upset and, another black kid going. And that's one of my topics when we're done with Top 5 and 5. I got another question for you all because it's been interesting. And so David, that's how you say his name, D4VD, David. As if being accused of murdering a 14-year-old was enough, or maybe it wasn't.
Number 2.
This from CNN.com. Child pornography is among the key evidence Los Angeles prosecutors say will bolster their case against the alt pop singer David, who's been charged with murder and prolonged sexual abuse of a middle school age girl whose remains were found in the trunk of his car last year. The 21-year-old entertainer who was arrested April 16th has pled not guilty to first-degree murder with special circumstances, continuous sexual abuse of a child under 14, and mutilating human remains. David, or D4VD, I don't know what that is, whose legal name is David Anthony Burke, is accused of killing 14-year-old Celeste Rivas Hernandez, who was last seen alive going to his house in April of 2025 when she threatened to expose his sexual relationship with her and ruin his career. According to the complaint filed Monday, Celeste was killed by multiple penetration wounds, according to an autopsy report released on yesterday by the L.A. County Medical Examiner's Office. During a court hearing today, the Deputy District Attorney, Beth Silverman, said evidence against the singer includes a significant amount of child pornography on his phone, a wiretap, and up to 40. Whoa. Have you heard of megabytes before? Have you heard of gigabytes before? They got 40 terabytes of data obtained by various law enforcement agencies. The digitization and transfer of that evidence, which includes police documents, sheriff's department data, body-worn camera videos, forensic reports, vehicle reports and images, and chemical processing, was discussed in court. Under the law, child pornography evidence can't be obtained without adhering to a specific protocol from the court, Silverman said. Her office has been handing over the investigation finding to David's attorneys, who said Monday they received almost no discovery related to the case. So here's my thing. Here's my thing. What is going on? What is going on? I don't get it. I don't understand it. Luckily, I don't hear anyone coming to his defense. Let the case play out. Let the case go through, and we'll see what happens. And then finally, here's a case of theft at its finest.
Number 1.
This from theroot.com. Make sure if you have older individuals or if you're an individual yourself who owns a house, make sure you check. For 60 years, the brownstone on Jefferson Avenue in Bed-Stuy in New York was more than just bricks and mortar. It was Camellia Carrington's family backdrop for Sunday dinners and promised inheritance for her grandchildren, until the black homeowner said she fell behind to deed theft. She fell victim to deed theft and is pending eviction from a paid-off brownstone that has been in her family for generations. There's a knock at the door, confusing letter, often targeting elderly homeowners who spend a lifetime paying off their mortgages in rapidly gentrifying neighborhoods with soaring property values. It's cold and it's calculating. And so the scammers either forge signatures on documents to transfer property ownership to themselves or shell corporation, often an LLC, without the owner's consent, or pose as a financial rescuer. This is what the New York State Attorney General says. Swindlers offer to help, clear a tax lien or water bill, and then they quit claim the deed in between the stack of papers, and next thing you know, you signed away your house, and they come in and take it. By the time the family realizes the ruse, the scammer has already recorded the deed, begun eviction proceedings in a successful theft of a deed, a Class B felony. And that's what happened to her. More than a year ago, a developer, 227 Group LLC, tried to change the locks on her home after conservator, representing her father, Alman Carrington, received approval to sell the property. Carrington said in court papers the brownstone had been in her family for 60 years and they orchestrated a fake sale. Carrington was arrested, held behind bars at Rikers for nearly a week after she declared in contempt of court by the judge in a 2-year-long legal dispute with this company. Upon her release from Rikers, which she said was a human cage, her home was surrounded by supporters when authorities showed up to evict her around 8 a.m. So we have to be careful with our homes. We need to make sure that what can you do to make sure that no one steals your house? What can be done to make sure no one does that? It just perplexes me. that someone would be able to just pretend like they're you, file fake paperwork. And here's the bad part. Our court system is so messed up that you can write a quitclaim deed on a crayon, lie and say somebody signed for it, and steal your house. And you then have to prove that it's yours. That makes no sense. But I guess lawyers just, I don't know, want to make money.
I travel all around the world, Dr. Ken, and when I tell you, based on my experiences, this is like the number one country that cares. Like, everything is about money. Yep. Everything.
This is The Truth Unfiltered with Denise Thomas and Dr. Ken Harris.
I've told people in the past, you have to be careful of what you complain about and what you use as a tool, because other people will take it and use it in the wrong way.
Sundays starting at 7 on 620 WTMJ and Mondays at 6 on 1017 The Truth.
You're a hard worker. Provide for your family and help out in your community. You've been there for so many others. But when life challenges you, when rising costs, unexpected repairs, medical bills, or simply a rough stretch make it hard to keep up on a limited or low income, you're not alone. Your local Wisconsin energy and emergency assistance providers are here for you, working together to keep you safely in your home and your heat and power on. If you're struggling with high utility bills, facing a disconnect notice, or dealing with a furnace emergency and your limited or low income isn't enough, support is available. Visit www.heat.help or call 1-800-506-5596 to apply for a hand up.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
This April, it's Financial Literacy Month on 1017 The Truth, powered by UW Credit Union. Financial literacy isn't just about money. It's about confidence and making smart decisions for your future. UW Credit Union is here to help with free tools, expert guidance, and resources. From budgeting tips to one-on-one financial coaching and self-guided lessons you can access anytime. Because they're not a bank, they're a partner in your financial journey. Learn more at uwcu.org.
Prizes, exclusive experiences, even cash money. You want it? We've got it. Find a list of all contests and official rules by visiting truthcontests.com. That's truthcontests.com.
Happy kids heal faster, and that's why Starlight is dedicated to improving the mental well-being of sick kids across the U.S. Learn how at starlight.org.
Wisconsin's own Gruber Law Offices. One call, that's all.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. Lots of stuff happening today. Bucks get a new coach, so we'll be seeing how that goes, see how that works out. We'll see. We've been talking on the talking text line. Let me check the talking text line. I haven't checked that. I've been on the YouTube chat. Let me see. Julie says, depends on what is included in your assessment. I own property in Milwaukee that I live in. They thought I had a finished basement, but I didn't, so I had them come in. My assessment went down. I didn't mind because I wasn't planning on selling at the time. Todd says, Dr. Ken, when I left, it was 12 and a half, 13% of your hourly wage. Then they took the 3 highest years of pay, averaged them. Exact formula anymore, so guys could switch shifts to be senior and hog all the overtime that's with the state. Basically, Milwaukee did the same thing. They average your last 3 years' pay, and that was your base, and then you got a percentage of that. And then because you were part of the global settlement that I was, they added stuff to it. So yeah, they never should have stole money. Dwayne said psychologically they think it tastes better. That was talking about that nonsense y'all was talking about on the YouTube chat about whether or not free range. Such nonsense. That's just another way for people to sucker you into paying more for something that you probably shouldn't pay more for. Oh, but it's free range. It's going to taste great. Oh, my gosh. And then you taste it and you can't even tell the difference because you're not taste testing with caged. Anyway. Wayne said, Dr. Ken, why do steaks from Moe's taste better than steaks from Outback? Food quality matters, no dispute. That's not the argument, Wayne. We're not arguing about that. We're arguing about free range versus that. And you can't tell me the quality of free range. Anyway, I see you when I see you, Wayne. It's not. A better quality steak is better quality. The meat itself, if it's quality. Eating at Moe's versus eating at Outback's, Outback does not have quality steak.
But if it's in a cage, it's not gonna have enough space for it to grow to its max potential. If it's
my God, that sounds
if it's free range, it can get as big as it needs to be.
That was Zach. I'm not even touching that. We're talking free range steak. 833-212-1017. Free range steak or cage? Can you even tell the difference? Nobody cares. Come on. Nonsensical. Boobaloobical. It's just. Moe's tastes better not because it's free range. And quality of free range versus cage, you can't even tell. How do you even tell? Because somebody slapped the label on it and charged you more for it? Oh, yeah, I had to pay the guy or the girl to chase the chickens around and make sure they stayed with it. Stop. Ridiculous. That's like saying you sleep better because you're in a big bedroom versus a smaller bedroom. Like, come on. Because they're not going to let the chicken run outside of the gate, so they're still caged. Oh, this chicken slept with more room. This chicken had more room to run around in, so they taste better. What? I'm done. Hey, Reginald, are you still talking nonsense? Reginald said, is it possible? Remember we talked about the 17-year-old, somebody hit the 35-year-old guy and killed him. And then they ran and then came back. Is it possible that the 17-year-old had a moral obligation and urge to return to the scene? No, it is not. That 17-year-old thought they were going to come back and get the car because that car belonged to somebody and was used in a homicide. They came back to get the car because they thought the cops were gone. Unless they tell the police that, yeah, I felt bad, I wanted to come back. Okay. That I would believe. Only if I can read it in writing. Because otherwise, you never would have made the dumb decision to speed away in the first place unless you weren't supposed to be doing it. And one of my questions I had today, and I didn't ask it, but of course, every time we get into it, you all push me into it. Why do we always want black people to get away with doing stuff wrong? As if they get a free get out of jail card, and you don't care because it's not your family that's dead. It's not your family that was killed. Now, you talk about a moral obligation. You have a moral obligation for people to get justice. Justice can't be just what you want it to be or just against white people or whatever. Justice is for everybody. You live in America. And you can start spouting that nonsense about Donald Trump and nonsense about elections and nonsense about the governor and nonsense about the mayor. But in the end, You take advantage of it when it suits you. And you always want everybody to get off because they black. And that just doesn't make any sense. This guy that they're about to execute, that killed somebody in a rage, and he was high when he was like 21 or something, and he was high on PCP. That doesn't absolve him from the fact that he did it. He robbed somebody for like $2. They got like $2 or $4 out of the robbery. They robbed and killed somebody. And now he's on death row, and now everybody's upset or mad or, oh my God, I can't believe that they're going to kill him. Well, guess what? Your family member didn't die. Somebody else's did. They don't deserve justice. Whether you agree with the death penalty or not, they just happen to be there. They don't get justice? Or it shouldn't happen to you because you're black? Because what? You're going to start digging around his background. Oh, my God, he grew up in a single-parent household, or he grew up in both of his parents, or he was an orphan, or he grew up... Like, that has no bearing on you being an adult and committing a crime. You did something wrong. I've done things wrong. I had to pay consequences. You had to do it mea culpa. You had to apologize. You had to do all the stuff that you needed to do because you were wrong. And I'm okay with that. But it's got to be the same for everybody. You can't just let people slide. Well, they're black. So, we got to understand. No, we don't. What we need to do is make sure when they get into the justice system is fair. That is what we need to fight for. We need to fight for the fairness in the system. Now, if he didn't have a fair trial, that's a different story. But if he had a fair trial and the evidence was there and he admitted doing it, I'm not really, I don't know. And every time I try to say something serious, somebody posts something about free range chicken and eggs. Looked and Lovely said, people who buy free-range chicken and eggs do so not because they taste better, watch this, but because of their social conscience. They want to support more humane treatment of the animal. May I explain something to you? Yeah. The animal is dead. And out with the final traffic check. Here's Debbie Laziger.
All right, we got problems in the Mitchell interchange. The off-ramp to Layton Avenue from the 94 northbound collector ramp is closed because of this crash here. So just be careful if you're going to be heading through that area. You'll have to make your way around that. We've also got this other crash off the freeway at Highway 100 and Capitol Drive. We got lanes blocked heading through that whole area, so you do want to be extra careful with that. Southbound on 43, heavy from Capitol Drive all the way down to the KK River crossing. Northbound slowing from Lincoln up to north. Westbound 94 is heavy from about 27th Street to Hawley Road, back on the brakes just west of Highway 100 to Sunny Slope, and then from Moreland Road all the way to Calhoun. More delays than beyond that from Springdale Road to Highway 164. On the eastbound side, pretty much bookend from 164 past Highway F to about Brookfield Road, and then you're back on the brakes from 84th Street through to 35th. And checking the TMJ4 Storm Team forecast tonight, chance for showers and storms, a low of 57. Tomorrow, morning showers and storms, mostly cloudy with a high of 67. For the WTMJ Traffic Center, I'm Debbie Laziga on 101.7 The Truth.
Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th at Franklin Field, featuring live performances by Shaggy, Rick Ross, Genuine, Soulja Boy, Frankie J, Mims, and more. There will be craft margaritas, Milwaukee's best taco vendors, authentic lucha libre wrestling, an exotic car showcase, a Chihuahua beauty pageant, art installations, and so much more. Tacos and Tequila Festival, Saturday, May 30th. Get your tickets at tacoandtequilafestival.com.
Good Karma Brands is proud to be an equal opportunity employer, providing equal employment, development, and advancement opportunities to all teammates and applicants. To learn more about careers with us, please send an email to talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com. That's talentacquisition@goodkarmabrands.com.
Do you hear that? And that? And that? Those are the sounds of a healthy and vibrant community. And to this United Way volunteer, nothing sounds better. They're the sounds of children being given greater chances to succeed in school. The sounds of neighbors receiving the support needed to overcome challenges, both big and small. They're the sounds of families gaining access to quality health care and nutritious food for their tables. And they're the sounds of members of our community who've benefited from United Way's financial education programs. See, wherever there's a need in our communities, there's a United Way. People working together to respond and growing the good for everyone. United is the way. So join us by getting involved or giving back. Learn more at unitedway.org.
Until people come before profit. Until all energy is clean. Until the wild is truly free. Earth Justice will never rest. Earth Justice is a national legal nonprofit defending the planet and its people for nearly 50 years. Earth Justice has 150 full-time lawyers fighting in court for our planet's future and representing all clients free of charge. No one fights more cases on the environment than Earth Justice. And we win because these are fights we cannot lose. Until justice stands for all, Earth Justice will never rest. If you share our restless spirit and want to commit to fighting for a just and equitable future for everyone, go to earthjustice.org/neverrest. Earth Justice, because the Earth needs a good lawyer.
This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel. The series finale between the Brewers and Tigers happening right now. Detroit evened the series up last night, beating Milwaukee 5-2. Brewers general manager Matt Arnold on this upcoming weekend.
Teams coming up this weekend, so we're going to have a tough road ahead for us, but the guys are tough. They're hanging in there. We've been a little inconsistent, but we have some guys coming back hopefully soon to help us out.
And round one of the NFL draft kicks off tonight in Pittsburgh. The Green Bay Packers do not have a first-round pick. Currently, their first selection is 52nd overall in the second round. Packers general manager Brian Gutekunst.
Yeah, certainly picking higher is always better, as far as, finding talent. But, the phones won't be as busy, that's for sure. Not unlike any other draft, we'll have some players that are probably, we'll talk about moving up to go get. I'm sure there'll be some scenarios to move back as well.
The Packers currently have 8 total picks in the draft. This True Sports Update is powered by ESPN Milwaukee. I'm Andrew Zimmel.
It's Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com. Chicken, chicken, chicken heads. 1017 The Truth, breaking news.
This from the Associated Press. 2 groups exchanged gunfire inside a food court today at the Mall of Louisiana in Baton Rouge, killing 1 person and wounding 5 more, police said. Authorities had initially said that as many as 10 people were injured, but the number was changed a few hours later after the shooting in Baton Rouge. Police say 5 people have been arrested. So around 1 p.m. today, 2 groups argued inside the food court, and they started to shoot at each other, says Police Chief T.J. Morris. The chief asked witnesses to provide any video they may have, and right now there's no known threat to the public. So just breaking, 2 groups exchanged gunfire inside a food court today, this afternoon at 1:30 at the Mall of Louisiana in Baton Rouge, Louisiana, killing 1 person, wounding 5 more, and 5 people are now in custody. So we'll have more on that on tomorrow. Now let's get back to this chicken nonsense.
Chicken heads. Chicken, chicken. Chicken heads. Chicken, chicken. Chicken heads.
If you support if you support free range chicken, you a chicken head. Matter of fact, I want to drop in for something that the chicken head, chicken head. So when people call and I don't like what they say, and I don't agree with them, I'm gonna call them a chicken head. Like the Lovely said, do not purchase pre-range chicken and eggs. Just make a point. Oh, I get it. This is a waste of time. How are you socially conscious about buying something that got to walk around in more square footage than somebody? Like what? Went on to say, your point about young person who is now on death row, I agree with you 100%. Always has to be justice for the victim, no matter what the offender has been through. So Miles said, dang, it's not even May yet. He's probably talking about the weather. Oh, the mall shooting? Really? I was trying to give you a positive out and say, well, it's raining. It's rained so much in May. But, yeah. We've had a couple shootings here overnight where people have died. I just refuse to read them. I'm like, at some point, you just read the same thing every day. We're doing what some of the predominantly white radio and TV stations do. We only promote black stuff that's negative. Like, I wish we could get them to come to the Alpha Botillion and watch a kid win a $5,000 scholarship and watch everybody in the group go to college, or everybody go to a 2-year college, or everybody go into a trade. You know what I'm saying? Nah, we don't have that. When Omega Sci-Fi gives away their toys and stuff, and back to school stuff, and Kappas have the Kappa League, and Sigmas have a program for like kindergarten to adult incarceration, like all that's going on in the city. All these things that are going on. Pearls for teen girls. We got all this positive stuff going on. We can't get the news to come out for anything. Most of them even want to charge you so that you got to pay to come on their morning show. But let somebody shoot somebody, they will invade your neighborhood, knock on your door. Hey, what's going on? What's it? Nah. I say the heck with them. And I'm just getting fed up. And we let ourselves get fed up. We feed into the nonsense. (833-212-1017) is the number. Shout out to the late Mrs. Robinson's sister for being accepted to Harvard. All right. And B. Bruce said, how much did Robert Smith give to the hood this year? Well, does he have to give to the hood? What's that about? What's that about? What Kathy want? Kathy, what you want? What's going on? We're on the award-winning 101.
It's certainly not you, young man. Listen.
Excuse me. Wait. Time out. What did you just say?
I said, I want you. Oh, you ought to stop.
What did you just say?
Mr. Kidd.
What did you just call me? No. What did you just call me? Did she just call me Sherwin? Did she just call me Sherwin?
I didn't call you no Sherwin. No, I didn't listen to your show today.
Are you sure? Play that tape back. I want to hear that tape. Miss Kathy, I'm watching you.
Me and you were going fast, but I didn't say nothing about Sherwin at all.
I'm watching.
But you know what? That's a good idea. But you know,
yes, ma'am.
Listen, email the radio stations, the TV stations ahead of time. Not the morning blend who wants you to pay, but email them ahead of time. And I notice if you do that ahead of time, they will come out to some of those events if they got reporters.
I've tried that for years. They come out to some stuff, but usually they don't come.
Or make a comment that, it would be nice if y'all can come out to some of these positive
I'm not
things
going to be nice to somebody to do something positive. I'm not going to kiss somebody's ring. Like, no. If they don't want to come, that's fine. But then we get to reciprocate too.
Right. But but you have emailed them about events ahead of time.
Of course I have. Press releases, emails, all sorts of things. But that's okay. That's okay.
Okay.
Because just like they do us, when you mess up, I'ma hammer you. I'ma hammer you.
Milwaukee with
just like Milwaukee County. If y'all treat Kyle Wallace the way y'all treated Kyle Wallace twice and didn't do anything about it, guess what? guess what? You can get hammered too. I don't care if you're the county executive. I don't care whoever you are in the county. If you're the county supervisor, if you're the chair, what's her name, Miss Nichols? I don't care. You get hammered. You are trash if you don't handle that problem. Because
Sheldon came out and spoke out against it, thought it was wrong too. Sheldon Washington thought it was wrong himself. He spoke out about it. That's what Carl said. It's just unfair. I mean,
but these people work for the public. They get public dollars.
Right, and if people pay the doctor, they vote there, and that's how you treat them. Like I said, when election time come around, I really remind people of different things.
I don't pump gas for black people. Oh, okay.
And he got mad about that boat being real nice looking. Oh, yeah, we know what that was about. So I feel bad for it. It's just,
I don't feel bad.
Right.
I don't feel bad. Welcome to my world. Y'all been talking about how
I'm talking about Carl.
You mean Kyle?
Yeah, it's just unfortunate that we have to feel that we may have to get treated like that when we take a boat down here, or we know somebody taking a boat down here.
Why is this?
We know it's just.
Why is it? If you expect it, you'll never be disappointed. You have no expectations. You'll never be disappointed. I have no expectations that people are going to treat me right with dignity or respect, or because of my age, because of my race, because of my education, because I have no issue. I still got students that call me Mr. Harris when they know I have a PhD. It's either Dr. Harris or Professor Harris. They call me Mr.
Okay, so you want to be known as, because you got your PhD, you want to be known as doctor.
I don't care what you call me. Just don't disrespect me in the setting where you know you're supposed to call me something.
Okay.
Watch this. Wait. Let me show you. I heard somebody on the radio today because Sherwin had Dr. Brenda Cassellius on.
Oh, okay. I didn't hear that one at all.
Let me help you with etiquette. I know Dr. Cassellius as Brenda. Brenda knows Dr. Ken as Ken. Why? Because she has a doctorate and I have a doctorate. Oh, great for being here, Ken. How are you, Brenda? Right? In academic circles, we're equal. Outside of academic circles, we're not equal. So if you're not equal, she's Dr. Cassellius. Or if she wants you to call her Dr. Brenda or whatever, she's Dr. Cassellius.
More people need to learn that, because some people don't understand. They don't know that.
They think we're all equal. We're all equal.
No. But the only thing I wonder about, I know some white people have PhDs. If we're just out and about, I don't hear people calling them Dr. So-and-so, but a lot of black people want to be called Dr. So-and-so if they got the PhD. And someone said they're a medical doctor. I said no, but they have they have a PhD.
But that's because the public isn't smart enough to recognize that a medical doctor is not the only person that's a doctor.
Right, there you go. That's the answer.
That's their fault. That's the person that don't know that. That's their fault. But I've had people in the media say, well, we can't call you Dr. Ken because you don't have a medical degree, and we don't think listeners or viewers are smart enough to know the difference. I said, well, that's too bad, and I won't be doing the show then. Like, I don't know how to help you. If you have me and my credentials are from Concordia University, I'm Dr. Harris. Like, what are we doing? That's not ego. Right. That's respect. Because my issue is not that you don't call me that. Is that when the next black person comes here and they're younger, you'll do it to them and you'll intimidate them, and they'll let it slide. And that's a problem.
Yeah, I always wondered what that was. I was always wondering exactly how that went. Okay. Yep. But if you introduce yourself as Dr. Ken, I'll call you Dr. Ken, because I don't know you.
Well, that was Kyle and Cherie's fault. They put the doctor. Truth of the Afternoon with Dr. Ken. We thought it'd sound great. You know, I still complain about that today. That's Kyle and Cherie's fault. But I can't argue now because now it's Truth. It's Truth Nation's fault. I'm Dr. Ken.
Okay, we'll call you Dr. Ken. I don't listen on Friday, so you have a good weekend.
What do you mean you don't listen on Friday? What you be? Nah, I don't know if I want to know what you be doing on Friday that you can't listen. But what you be doing on Friday that you don't listen? What's going on?
I be working. Sometimes I just got to cut it off, because I get too wrapped up.
Kathy, you know you don't have no job.
Woohoo! I work 2 jobs and do some personal stuff with people that have some issues and stuff out here. I really, trust me, I do some services with people.
I know you do.
And I do a lot of not home health, but a lot of helping people with different types of services, from handicapped to a young person with children that's physically challenged to an older person who's physically challenged.
And isn't it tough? But isn't it tough that that you can't find people to do that job? Like how many? Do you have a lot of younger people that pursue that type of job, or is it tough?
It's kind of tough because the thing is that I know a few people, and there's a younger person I knew through someone I helped out. But the reason why I help out is because the person has 2 kids and they're born with some physical challenges. But when I find out stuff and someone asks me, can I help, it's because a family member or another person who was helping them has tried to fraud them. The Social Security things messed up, had to take them back, get things changed at the bank. You find stuff like that. You know what I'm saying? So normally I kind of pitch in. I'll get them to their I set them up the medical appointment. Just little stuff like that. It's little things. And then I was even questioned about who I was when I had to make a complaint about something and got a report out about an elevator in a building. Someone was handicapped. I got the fire department report and stuff. And then the person wanted to know who I was. She said, no, she helps out in the community. That was all. We didn't say anything. But it was the person who owned the property happened to come over there that day. And she was wondering how all this information got to the fire department. The elevator was put in wrong, like that. So it's because I don't go the whole thing, but I do a lot of stuff, and people don't know who I am when I'm doing it. I know all the stuff to kind of go through to get what I need to get done, and it does get done. But a lot of the handicapped people take advantage of them.
Yes, they do.
It's just what it is. I even found somebody that filed somebody's kids on their taxes, stuff like that.
Wow.
So she couldn't get her refund back. So we had to take it to Social Security to get a lot of stuff. Right. And you find caregivers who are like that. I'm talking, they can be family, they can be cousin family, or they can just be people that go through your personal stuff.
All right. Well, thank you much, ma'am. I appreciate you.
Yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. You have a good weekend.
Take care.
Sure, bye-bye.
Bye-bye. We're going to have Kathy come in, like a call in or something, and have her discuss that, how people take advantage and, fraud older people. I've seen it happen. It's happened to me with a distant family member that was caught up. But I think it was a cahoots thing with a hospital and a law firm that did it. And it was really bad, and it was terrible. And I should have filed a complaint with the state of Wisconsin and went after these people because they did something that was unconstitutional. I talked about it years ago, but anyway. Some more breaking news. Acting Attorney General Todd Blanche signed an order today reclassifying state-licensed medical marijuana as a less dangerous drug, changing a policy that has for decades made the drug's potential medical benefits more difficult to research. In an order that does not make recreational use legal under federal law. Instead, it moves licensed medical marijuana from Schedule I to Schedule III, the same category as prescription medicine like ketamine and Tylenol with codeine. So now you can get medically licensed medical marijuana, and I guess that's just another time for people to hit you in the head and steal your medicine.
Truth Nation is the best fan base in the country.
I won tickets last week on your show to see The Wiz. I just wanted to call and say thank you and say I appreciate you. I appreciate the show. I appreciate the station. That was a core memory that was made last night. The Wiz was an amazing performance.
We want you to tap into the talk and text line every show, every day at 833-212-1017. Milwaukee Black Talk, 1017 The Truth.
Hi, this is Sherwin Hughes from 1017 The Truth, and I want to talk to you about something bigger than just buying a house. I'm talking about building a legacy. Owning a home isn't just about 4 walls and a roof. It's about giving your kids a place where memories are made, where birthdays are celebrated, and where they always belong. It's about planting roots, knowing your neighbors, waving from the porch, and being a part of a community that feels like family. If you've been renting and wondering if home ownership is even possible, Axe Housing is here to work with you. An Axe Housing coach will help you create a plan, a budget, and move step by step toward owning a place you can truly call your own. They've already helped over 4,000 families become homeowners, and many are paying less than they were paying for rent. Don't let where you are today stop your family's tomorrow. Start your journey at axehousing.org. That is ACTShousing.org. Your legacy begins at home.
At Milwaukee College Prep, we don't leave success to chance. We're designed for it. With strong support, high expectations, and a team committed to excellence, our educators turn belief into outcomes every day. If you believe every child deserves an excellent education, join Milwaukee College Prep. Apply today. Visit mkeprep.com/jobs.
At Versity on King, we believe taking care of our community starts right here, together. Every day, neighbors step up to donate blood, helping save lives in Milwaukee and beyond. But Versity on King is more than a donor center. It's a place for health education, community connection, and support, especially for families facing conditions like sickle cell disease. When you donate blood, you're not just giving. You're showing up for your community. Visit versity.org/VersityOnKing to learn more or schedule your donation today. Versity on King, rooted in community, powered by hope.
Bikers need protection, not just from other drivers, but unfortunately from insurance companies too. We've been fighting for injured bikers and their families for more than 30 years. Call Gruber Law Offices today. One call, that's all.
When you're high, you feel different. Pretty obvious, right? You think different, talk different, but if you feel different, you drive different. So if you're high, just don't drive. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
This is Truth in the Afternoon with Dr. Ken Harris on 1017 The Truth, The Truth app, and 1017thetruth.com.
Now, I've been trying to put Night Y'all, Truth Nation, ! in the YouTube chat for the last, 30 seconds. And every time I typed it, I mistyped, so I had to remove it. That's what kind of Thursday I've been having. That's why. That's what and Zach is sitting there laughing at me chicken head. Exactly. Like I'm a chicken. Like I'm a chicken head. That hurt my feeling. All right, I'm going to go cry now. And take it easy. You're listening to Truth in the Afternoon. I'm your host, Dr. Ken Harris. The analysis is coming up. You got that for about an hour. And then Tori Lowe Show. Going to be kicking it off, and we'll get the rebroadcast throughout. I'll be in about 22 hours or so. I'll come back for the best in Milwaukee Black Talk here at 1017 The Truth. Thank you, Zach. Appreciate you. God bless. Take care. Y'all have a great evening. Tomorrow is Pop-Off Friday, and I got a surprise. I'm out.
Be quiet.
Chicken head.